Here's one of those quadratic ratios that's actually got the application for the ratios of rectangles. So here I have two rectangles. The width of the small rectangle is x and its length is x plus 2. The width of the big rectangle is x plus 2. Its width is 9. So I can set up a ratio. I'll go short side, and I say these two rectangles are similar. So I'll set up a ratio, the short side to the long side. X to x plus 2 equals, short side or the width to the long side, equals x plus 2 to 9. So now I cross multiply. 9x equals x plus 2 times x plus 2. And if I FOIL x plus 2 times x plus 2, it's x squared plus 2x plus 2x equals 2 times 2 is 4. So I get 9x equals x squared plus 4x. Oh, it's not equals 4. That's supposed to be a plus 4. Plus 4. And I subtract 9x from both sides. I get x squared equals 4x minus 9x is minus 9x squared equal. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm subtracting 9x from both sides. 0 equals x squared. 4x minus 9x is minus 5x plus 4. So now I want to try to find factors of 4 that add up to negative 5. Well, negative 4 times negative 1. So I get x minus 4 times x minus 1 equals 0. Set each one equal to 0. I get x equal 4 and x equal 1. So if x is 4 and x is 1, let's say x is 4, then the width of this one is 4 and the length is 6. And if x is 4, the width of this one is 6 and the length is 9. And 4 to 6 equals 6 to 9. This is 2/3. And 3 goes into 6 twice, 3 goes into 9/3. So yes, that's true. Now, if I put in the other solution, x is 1, the width is going to be, the width is not going to be x, the width is going to be 1, and the length is going to be 3. And if I put in 1, the width of this is going to be 3, and the length is going to be 9. 1 to 3 equals 3 to 9. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes 9 3 times. So yes, so see that one, I got 4 and 1. All right, here's another one. Now this is going to be the other type of factor where I'm not going to have an x term. So I can just get x squared on one side and the constant on the other side, take the square roots of both sides. So here's the width to the length is 4 to x. I'm doing width to length equals, width of this one is x, the length is 16. Cross multiply, x times x, x squared equals 4 times 16, 64. I take the square root of both sides, and then it's plus or minus. And x equals, what's the square root of 64? Plus or minus, what's plus or minus the square root of 64? Plus or minus 8. Now in this case, the negative 8 cannot be used because this would be x equals negative 8, and a rectangle can't have a side of negative 8. So the negative is out, and all that's left is positive 8. So if this is 4, this is 8, and this is 8, this is 16. You can see 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16. 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16. So the ratios work out. So there's one example with actual application in comparing similar rectangles where I have to use up here, find the quadratic. Down here, x squared equals a constant, and then take the square root of both sides.